Things got tasty between Sophie, Hermann and Tom Zanetti on Tuesday. Celebs got the pair were sent off on dates with other people, but ultimately ended up flirting with each other in the bedroom at the end of the episode. While Tom had been on a yoga-themed outing with his date, Sophie had decorated a cake, and this led to some raunchy chat between the pair as they debriefed their respective suit. Talking about the cake Sophie brought back with her, Tom said, "I loved eating your cake. Your cake tasted so nice." This left Sophie blushing, branding him, but relentless Tom went on, "You've got the tastiest cake, it was so yummy." Sophie couldn't help but join in, asking if he liked her frost. She somewhat killed the mood when she asked if Tom had tried her date. Asking about his yoga excursion, Sophie demanded whether Tom had kissed his date, having returned with foundation all over his cheek. Tom insisted he hadn't and described her as bubbly. That's what he'd say about a good fizzy drink. Fun, bubbly, sweet. Sophie mocked, adding, "But would I want to FK it, or marry it?" The duo were told on Monday's installment that they'd have to test the waters with other suitors during a session with dating experts Williamson and Carrick. They asked the would-be couple how things were going, with Tom declaring he was pleased Sophie had stopped being standoffish and that he felt they were more intertwined, comparing her to Sophie asserted that the date was the best she'd had in the house thus far. However, both of their faces fell when Anna and Paul informed them that two new suitors would be dropped into the mansion to romance them, in order to test their feelings for one another. This is sure to rock the boat. After the pair had been getting closer. On Sunday their May date turned into the real deal for the unlikely duo, with Tom visibly nervous around the gut. Earlier in the episode, Tom was seen approaching the maiden Chelsea star, telling her he was not intimidated by many people but the Duchess I do find scary. "I can't read her," he was seen telling the camera before suggesting he and Sophie have some time to be self-declared girls. Sophie laid down the stipulation that Tom would need to be honest with any of the other girls in the house hoping to roam. Later in the episode, they enjoyed caviar and champagne, with Tom trying the decadent fishy treat for the first. "That tastes like a fizz as a whole," was his analysis. Yet things got a tad more serious when he opened up to Sophie about becoming a father at just 17 years old. "I was really happy. I fell in love with him the day he was born," he told. "I worked as a scaffolder, a bricklayer, a roofer. I did everything I could to make sure he had a prom and a car." Sophie asked if having a child so young left Tom feeling he had missed out in life, to which he replied, "The only thing I wish I had was that I always wanted." He also spoke of having little money when he grew up and how he started providing for the rest of his family as young as 14. "I was still playing with Barbies at 16. Sophie admitted, comparing their very different. Tom also recited a poem had written about Sophie, featuring a line in her mother tongue. "That is the sweetest thing," she said, clearly moved by the gesture. Later in the episode, she was seen telling Kimberly Hart Simpson and Chloe Ferry that "this is what you wanted, to be happy." Chloe exclaimed. Sophie also admitted it was the best date she had been on during her time on the show thus far. Celebs or dating, the mansion continues at 9 p.m. on Tuesday.